So let's begin with creating a data set. So I'll start with writing this, and now I'm going to have a data set. So this is y, which is our data set. So now I'm going to plot the bar graph for this y, and let's run. So this is how you can plot a grouped bar graph, where you have multiple data for one data set, for another data set, for another data set. So you need to differentiate multiple data with semicolons, and then everything will be taken care by this command. Now without any axis property, this does not looks good. So let me add some axis property and title to this bar graph. So I'm going to add title, x-axis name and y-axis name. So there we go. This is how I can add title, x-axis label and y-axis label. To learn all these three commands, I have prepared a separate video for that. You can go watch that video and learn how you can control all the elements in these three commands. The link for that video is in description below and here in card. Now we are going to move ahead. Let's run this script. So now this graph looks more appropriate, right? So that's good. Now just imagine if you want to vertically zoom this bar graph. Many times it is possible that tip of this nearby or adjacent bar graphs are very close to each other. So the gap is not clearly visible. So to increase that gap and to have appropriate difference between these two data sets, we need to zoom the vertical axis. So how to zoom the vertical axis? Let me show you that. A small axis command for that, and there we go. Axis, minimum value of x-axis, maximum value of x-axis, minimum value of y-axis and maximum value of y-axis. The max value of our y-axis is 45 and that's why I have kept it 48, and the minimum value is 15 and that's why I have kept 12. Let's run, and there we go. This is how we can zoom our vertical axis and we can differentiate in between the tips. So this is how we can zoom the vertical axis. Now instead of this side by side representation, what if you want to represent a staked representation, right? So let me show you how you can make this bar graph a staked bar graph. So for that, just close this thing. Now we do not want this zoomed axis, so we'll remove that and we'll make necessary changes in this bar graph. You need to write staked. It will convert that bar graph into staked bar graph. Let's run, and there we go. Now this bar graph is converted into staked bar graph. Now we'll plot more than two datas for one data set, and also we'll give some datas to x-axis also, and we'll see how to plot that graph. So just close this thing, and I want to add x. Let me add x as a year. Even let me remove this too because I'm going to add more data. So now let me add x and y. This is our x. It's year from 2018 to 21, and this is our y. Now I don't want to make it stacked, so I'll just remove this thing, and the title is appropriate bar graph. X label is year, right? So instead of this number, I'll make it year, and y is amplitude. That's fine. Run this thing and you will see a grouped bar graph is represented. But see, one mistake you can find over here. It is only showing bar y. X is not represented. And that is very simple, because in this bar y we have not considered x. We need to consider x also. For that, just simply write x comma y. Run it again, and now you will be able to see 2018, 19, 20 and 21. Why I am doing small changes every time and showing you the graph? Because you can have the feel of which element exactly does what in this bar graph, right? So that idea is key to plot your required bar graph, and that is why I'm doing all these things. So now we have a decent representation of x and y, but Now the question is, what if you want to plot a selected data from this group of data? Just imagine that you want to plot only this red one, this second data of this data set. So how to plot only second data from this group of data? So let me show you how we can do that thing. For that we'll make necessary changes over here. We want to plot second data, right? So I'm going to write second over here. There we go. Y into bracket gem comma 2 bracket over. Let's run it. See, it's only plotting second data. To have a better view, let me turn on the grid. Now the grid is on. So it's 15. Over here the second data is 15. It's between 20 and 25 around over here. Here second data is 22. So you can see the second data is plotted, right? Now instead of this second data, what if I want to plot the fourth one? So instead of this 2, write 4 and run. So there we go, it's fourth. The highest value over here is 45 and you can see over here it's 45, right? So close it. So this is how you can plot particular data from this group of data. Now let's plot everything again. Now just imagine, what if you want to control or you want to change the color of first bar graph, or the second one, or the third one, or the fourth one. So the selected your required bar, you want to change the color of that bar. So how to do that thing? Let me show you. For that we need to change the property of that z, and there we go. Set of z of 1 comma into bracket you need to write face color comma r for red. Let's run this thing and you can see that this is of red color. Instead of red, if you want to go for black, then make it K and run it. So that has become black. So likewise, you can control the color of all these bar graph. Let's say for example, you want to change the color of fourth column also, or fourth bar also. So for that, just make it 4, and instead of black, you want to make it green. Run it. So first one is black, fourth one is green, and likewise you can control the color of all the bars. Now I'm going to show you whatever things we have learned in this video in one complete picture. So let's get ready for that thing. For that I'll make it comment and write another script over here, and there we go. This is the complete script. I'm going to run this script and you will be able to see everything whatever we have learned in this video. So this is what we have learned in this video: how to plot a group bar graph, zoom it, staked it, multiple data plotting, specific data plotting, changing color of each of the bar graph, and how to plot a horizontal graph. I think we have not seen this, how to plot a horizontal graph, right? Let me close this thing and make necessary changes over here to show you how to do that thing. Instead of showing you, just you need to make small changes over here. Instead of bar, you need to write bar h. When you write bar h, it will show you that graph horizontally. So when we run this thing, we'll have this complete graph and all these things that we have learned.